Hello everyone, so let's carry on, shall we, with possibly the last part of the game. It certainly doesn't look as if there's going to be much more beyond this, apart from when we put all the pieces into the receptacle and figure out what that does. Nope, I could have sworn I heard something. So this is certainly tying into the burial aspect of it. You've got coffins, and I think there was one with maybe a body in it. There's definitely skeletons lying around. So this is where people come to be buried. Now I'm not sure if it is actually night time, or whether the game has just decided that having a kind of night atmosphere would help tie into everything. Well, I presume this is basically his area, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be floating around somewhere. Let's maybe light a couple of those, so at least we've got an idea of where we've already been. You'd think with taking care of this place they wouldn't have a chance to get trees growing up through the ceilings, but maybe no one's been here in quite some time then. So I might just... Alright, that's presumably what we're looking for at the far end there. But what I might just do is nip back along this particular pathway and double check that this isn't... Or sorry, that this is where we've come from in the beginning and this was the other side of it. Yeah, that looks about right. So basically we've just gone in a big loop. So we haven't missed anything so far, apart from whatever's down this side access here, which is this guy. And so far just more of the same, so I feel confident we're not missing out on anything, and we can go and have a look at the projection in that large underground area. So that slide looks familiar. Sure we've seen... Okay, no, maybe not, because I'm pretty sure before it used to be growing stuff and now nothing's happening. Maybe she was just using it to light the way. So I'm guessing she wasn't expecting to find him lying there like that. Yeah, that matches so far. Now, I think what would have been cool is if... okay. I was going to say what would have been cool is if he jumped out of the projection and came at us, but he was just hiding off to one side anyway. Well, never mind, we'll still follow him because I think we've got anywhere else to go. So we've got a good number of refills. So light and dark. He seems to be clutching it pretty tightly. It doesn't look as if he can prise it out of his fingers, unfortunately. Well, it looks like the only thing that's left to us is to sacrifice ourselves. Well, I don't quite follow exactly what's going on, but I'm just going to go with it anyway. Similar pictures to what we've seen before. He definitely wants us to keep going, so we definitely will. So I'm getting the impression that two children are important in all of this, whether it's a specific pair of children. So one went on to become the funeral doctor, and then the other one, which is us, is the healer. Right, but I'm still not quite seeing the significance of this then, whether it's just a symbolic thing or not. Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, we've definitely seen that one before. So we're unhappy that he discovered it in the first place. This is unnatural, maybe? And then basically well, he seems to be paying the price for it, but we are essentially. Well, that's what happens when you chain yourself to the floor, isn't it? Possibly an overreaction there. I'm not entirely sure who's creating these projections that we know about the events, considering presumably there were only 2 people in that particular room. One of them is now dead, and the other one I'm pretty sure wouldn't document his own crimes. But we will take the piece after all of that. I thought this was... maybe not. I could have sworn this one was already in the place where we first popped up. But I'm guessing... oh, that doesn't work anymore. No, it's F. There are, what, 7? 2, 3, 4... yeah, 7 symbols, and there were definitely 6, I think, in the starting place, so maybe this was the odd one out then. Okay, so we're going to do one at a time. I'm guessing we have to... we can't take it out once it's in. So we have to choose now. Do we go for life or do we go for... oh, maybe they're this... no, they're not. They can't be the same, otherwise what would be the point of having a choice? So that one seems to be people coming out of the coffins. Possibly. And this one is... well, nobody coming out of the coffins. I think I'm going to put a save in here, and then I can replay. We'll go left path first. So everybody wakes up, they get shown what's happened, they have to rebuild. So it's coming in that way. presumably, which one? So that lines up. This was the... Okay, that wide wheel turned, but I thought we were... That's not quite right. Okay, you think if you're going to get the thing to turn slowly, you'd make it slightly easier, wouldn't you? Right, that's better. Maybe my mouse sensitivity could stand to be a bit higher, but we're almost at the end now anyway. Not quite what I was expecting. Maybe there's a bit more to it. These guys are going to be half blinded coming out of the darkness for the first time I've seen that right in their faces. So I'm guessing they aren't tempted anymore to muck around with the with digging up the rocks and melting them down. I'm sure it's just a matter of time though. Alright, very good. Well, let's see if we can skip here, and we will go back and we'll see what path 2 gives us, which is probably very similar. Sorry. You'll get some nice wide shots. Not much happening if everyone decides to stay. If everyone's staying in their resting places. So this one's going to what? Just us all by ourselves? Oh, okay, it decided to just skip ahead for me. Right, where's this boat then? Oh, I was hoping we could look back on ourselves, but I guess not. Going to need to pedal both sides of the boat unless you want to go in a big circle. So I'm not quite sure why the two endings are mutually exclusive, why we couldn't activate the final mechanism to wake everyone up and then if we wanted to go off on our boat journey. Maybe we felt like people had mucked things up enough, so it was time to move on. Something like that. I must admit, there are a few bits and pieces of the story that kind of escape me. If you guys have any ideas about it, by all means, put them in the comments. But on the whole, not too bad. Right then. So, yeah, not a bad game. I think it was a bit light on the puzzles. That's quite loud. Let's see if we can just... There we go. So, yeah, a bit light on the puzzles. And I think it went more for a visual experience rather than anything else. The controls did suffer somewhat. They were a bit more fluid than I liked, to be honest. It seemed like they could have been tightened up just a bit, and that would have helped with some of the more physical aspects of things. But on the whole, not too bad. Yeah, I think the only sort of downside I would say is they could have done more with some of the puzzles, and there probably could have been a few more dotted around that would have made it more of a game and less of just kind of wandering from area to area. But on the whole, I can't complain too much. So I think that just about finishes it for Aporia. And then I'll be back with the next game. Haven't quite decided what I'm going to have a look at next, but won't be too long, hopefully. So I hope you enjoyed this particular playthrough, and I'll see you for the next one.